Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So today's video is all about creating 2D artwork for your games. I'll be going over all the softwares that I use, or the software that I use and then the softwares that you can use as an alternative. I'll be going over how to separate the character's limbs and rigging him up in Unity and getting him all animated. I'll be going over the actual animations, like how to actually do the animation. I'll just show you how to get the character prepared for animation. There's some amazing tutorials on YouTube on how to animate a character. So yeah, let's get started. So for my 2D artwork, I use an app called Procreate. You can download this on an Apple iPad, and you want to pair it with the Apple Pen. You don't have to have the Apple Pen, but obviously it helps a lot. Procreate has an absolute amazing library of brushes. You can create amazing scenery just from the default brushes alone. You can do detailed artwork with like fine pencil, or you can do cartoony art styles with thicker like pens. You can literally do pretty much anything, draw whatever you want on Procreate. And I feel like Procreate is one of them apps that's quite easy to get used to. It's got very, very simple UI, and I feel like if you just take the time to learn the UI, it's really easy to navigate, and it's very easy to get around, and everything's really quite compact and quite in one place, and I feel like that increases the speed of the workflow. Okay, so let's go over some of the features that I use regularly on Procreate and on like making a character, and I'll show you the process of how to draw a character and make sure you're preparing it for importing it into Unity. And then later on in the video, if you want to skip to the end, if you already know how to do this, I will suggest some other softwares that you can use for creating artwork if you don't have access to a Apple iPad. Okay guys, so here we are in Procreate. This is a character that I drew for my most recent Game Jam game, Simon the Spaceman, and as you can see, all of his limbs are on separate layers, so you want to create layers for each limb that you're going to be moving and animating within Unity. It's super important that you do this, otherwise you're just going to limit the amount of animation you can do. There is in fact an animation tab in Procreate. I rarely use this. You want to be using the original method of separating the limbs and animating within Unity itself. I have used this tool before for like simple animation like this slime here. Nothing too special. I'm not really experienced with it. I've tried using it for like death animations and stuff like that. And yeah, so here's my death animation. That's pretty much what you want to be using that tool for, unless you're confident enough to draw the animations each frame, then go ahead and use it. It is quite useful, and it is you can achieve like smoother animations from doing it that way. But as I say, I'm not experienced with it, so another tutorial would be needed for that. Okay guys, so when exporting from Procreate, there is two options that you have. So let's go back to the Spaceman here, for example. So you've drawn your character, all his limbs are separated on different layers. The first option is to increase the canvas size. So we want to increase the size of the canvas like this. And then what you want to do is you want to grab each layer and you want to move it with this little mouse tool here. And you want to separate the layers like this, so they are far away from each other. So then once you've done that, you want to just try and crop the canvas down a little bit, just to fit them all. There you go. Okay, so once you've done that, you can then share, and then you can export as a PNG. You want to make sure, actually, hang on. So you want to make sure that the background here is ticked off. So it is then PNG. So you can export to PNG, and you can either email it to yourself and then just import it into Unity. The second option you have is to export it as a PSD. You can just export it without even separating the character's limbs, and then you can make a little bit more adjustments in Photoshop instead. That's what I tend to do. So here we are in Unity. So once you've imported the artwork from either if you downloaded it from your email or you have it as a PSD on your computer, once you get it into Unity, it should look something like this. By default, the sprite mode will be on single, but you want to change that to multiple. And then you would want to go to the sprite editor. Want to click on at the top here, slice, leave it on automatic, then you would click slice, and then it would slice all of these up for you. You see these blue things here as well? These are the pivot points, so these are where the limbs will be rotating from. So you'd want to move these to the shoulders on the arms like this, and to the neck like this for the head, and obviously for the legs as well. And then you want to click apply. And there you go. It's actually messed up my character there, but yeah. So all you would want to do if you're about to animate, you want to drag and drop all the limbs into the scene, obviously changing the sorting layers as well to make sure the body parts are in front. So there you go, you want the head in front of the body, and then for the arms, etc. There you have it. There's your character within Unity. I'll link a great tutorial down below. It's from Blackthorn Prod. It'll walk through all the different types of animations and get that all sorted for you guys. So to conclude, I believe that Procreate is probably one of the best softwares and probably the quickest if you're trying to create characters for your 2D games. But if you don't have access to the Apple iPad and the Apple Pen, I would definitely recommend Photoshop. It can be quite expensive actually, but it is definitely worth it. It's a very good software, especially if you're trying to do game development full time. It's definitely worth getting. A free option to Photoshop would be GIMP. That's also very good. And there's also a online Photoshop which is called Photop. I actually found out about it in college. It's a little like BTech Photoshop, but yeah, it will do the job if you're looking for a cheap alternative. Also, pairing these softwares with a Wacom tablet. There's loads of different types of Wacom tablets. I would definitely recommend researching them. I'll link some in the description. They are very, very useful for doing art on PCs. It saves you using a mouse. So yeah, guys, hopefully this video helped you out. Hopefully it gave you a better understanding on, the process of where to start making art and how to get it into Unity. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.